Do we sustain this market reaction, this belief in America, or are we set for some titanic disappointment?
Well, I think that Powell's press conference made it clear that he's really pleased by how the economy's performed. The fact that you could get inflation down without the unemployment rate going up, if you had some moderation in wages, he thinks everything is going really, really well. And I think that's true. The question is whether it's going to continue or not. And there are definitely things that can go wrong. One thing that can go wrong is the Fed keeps monetary policy too tight for too long and we have a weaker economy. Another thing that can go wrong is the Fed can ease policy prematurely, or the market itself can ease financial conditions prematurely, which will stimulate the economy and make it so that the Fed can't cut rates at all as quickly as the market expects. I think the market's getting a little ahead of itself here in the sense of taking the Fed's optimism and translating that into very large reductions in short-term rates in 2024.
Bill, what do you think happened to the Chairman Powell of only 2 weeks ago?
I just think that they're very happy with how the economy's performed. I mean, basically, they've had decent growth, unemployment rate's stable, and inflation's come down a lot. And that's basically, as good as it can get. And that's really what's summarized in the summary of economic projections. Now, summary of economic projections shows a very modest increase in the unemployment rate from here and essentially a soft landing kind of forecast. Now, soft landings are really difficult to pull off, and they're particularly difficult to pull off when you've been very late to tighten monetary policy. And what's allowed this to happen is that there were supply disruptions, there was reduction in labor supply. Both those things have reversed, and that's made the Fed's job a lot easier.
Bill, the prospect of getting sticky inflation into next year, getting stuck at 3. It's amazing because 6 months ago, Bill, we were told that the last mile was difficult. It was hard. Then Secretary Yellen starts sounding like the Fed chair again, saying it's not that hard. You hear it from Chairman Powell, didn't get any indication it would be particularly difficult into next year. Do you think that is the prudent approach to what 2024 could look like?
I think he's telling you what he really thinks. I think he's very happy with how things have performed. And he didn't say it would necessarily continue, but he also said that he was hopeful that these trends would continue into 2024. My own view is that the Fed is going to be cutting rates in 2024. We're clearly done in terms of rate hikes. The possibility of another rate hike is really low at this point. The question is really just timing of rate cuts and magnitude, and that's going to basically be driven by the strength of the economy, pressure on resources, and what actually happens to services inflation at this point.